Hi, so for our second video for you, I'm going to show you Kimberly. Kimberly has been a patient of mine for years, probably 15 years. And I did a study with Kimberly, and I will send you the link for the study itself. It was published years ago. She came to me, she started as a patient, then came to me after she had double radical mastectomy with lymph nodes taken. You heard me. Double radical mastectomy with lymph nodes taken. I can do a 2-hour talk on that. I've done a 4-hour talk on that alone. I'll send you the link for the study. So Kimberly is in my practice. By the time you see this, I will have seen her, the week before. So this is Kimberly. We're going to do a number of things with Kimberly. This is her posture. This is how Kimberly looked. Take a look at the number down in the right-hand corner, 25.1 instead of 12. Instead of 12, her nervous system thinks her head weighs twice as much. Ask yourself, how much stress does that cause to the muscles? What tells the muscles what to do? Always lead it back to the nervous system. Always lead it back to the nervous system. What does that do? Exactly. Exactly. So we see with Kimberly, and she's come a long way. A long, long way. She's active. She does, fantastic. Love her 84 different ways. But look at her posture. This is after being in care for years. Years. Active care. So this is Kimberly from the front. The green line is where she should be. Red line is where she's at. First of all, take a look at the shoulders. See how the head has gone down to the side that the shoulder's low. Once again, the coupling pattern we talked about with Scott. When the shoulder goes down, the head typically goes that way. I don't know if it's the chicken or the egg. I don't know if the shoulder goes down and the head goes that way, or the head goes that way and the shoulder goes down. I'm a big biophysics, chiropractic biophysics guy. I work on posture with every single patient, and that's what you see. And this is Kimberly. This is her vestibular system. Watch her. Once again, have her march in place. I said, okay, let's get it moving a little quicker. I'm gonna stop this. Let me go back just a couple clicks, and I want you to take a look at. You see her toes right there? That's where that line is. That's where her toes are. That's her starting point. See where her toes are right there? You can see the little mark right there. March in place. I said, can you do it a little faster? I think she swore at me when I said that. Look how far she's coming off that line. She opened her eyes because she was swearing at me right there. Look how far she's come off that line. Look how far. She's almost running into me. I had her stop. I said, take a look around. Where's your posture? Where's your body at? See how far she was? That's the line way back there. That's what her nervous system thought was level, straight, and forward. Understand that. No one else is doing this testing with them unless they come in with some massive, obvious concussion protocol. No one else is doing this with them. Do it with every patient. Do it with every patient. As I say to them, I'm concerned about your low back pain, your neck pain, whatever it is that brought them in. I am massively concerned about this. If you cannot distinguish between a 1-inch curb and a 2-inch curb when you are walking on the streets, years out walking, if your body can't determine small changes like that, we're going to have big, big problems. That's not even my opinion. Well, it's my opinion, of course, but That's backed up by so much research. Some of the research on falls with seniors. Here's a question for you all. If a senior, I'm a senior by the way, I'm 63. If a senior falls and breaks their hip, here's homework for you. What is statistically, what percentage of them are going to be around in 1 year? Oh, oh. Okay, that was Kimberly into a Stillbirth test. Now we do a specific balance test. Balance test. You should be doing balance tests with everyone. Everyone. A classic sign of a nervous system that is working its best, that's optimized, is great balance. If you don't have great balance, I don't care what kind of superstar athlete you are, you will fail. You will have an injury. It's not a matter of if or not, you will have an injury or repetitive injuries. So once again, here's Kimberly, and we're doing a balance test. Yes, I have a big dog picture painting up in one of my adjusting rooms. And you'll see the small table next to Kimberly is the one we use. It's a dinosaur table we use just for real little ones, real little kiddos. So this is Kimberly. Once again, we're going to do a balance test. Eyes closed, because the writing reflex dictates that they'll always have their best balance will always be when their eyes are open. So we have them start with their eyes closed. So they're going to start with their weight on their dominant foot. On a non-dominant foot. So her dominant foot's her right foot. We have her on her left foot. Raise her right foot just an inch off the ground and forward. Right there. So many times you have the patient, if I was doing it with you, Mr. Patient, Mrs. Patient, Miss Patient, I want you to I want you to stand right there. And I want you to, on your non-dominant foot, so for me to be my left foot, I want you to raise your right foot just an inch off the ground. Okay. This, I'm going to show you, this isn't balanced. If you can stay on one foot, this isn't balanced. This is balanced. You can do a little bit of this. You'll have a check, recheck, check, recheck, check, recheck of the ankle. You're supposed to. That's the nervous system acquiring information. That's the nervous system acquiring information and adapting. Check, recheck with the ankle. That's normal. This, even though you're on one foot, that's not balanced. You're going to start off with that. And then you move into, okay, fantastic. I want you to close your eyes. Now, on that same foot, raise your, on the non-dominant foot, my left foot, I want you to raise your right foot, eyes closed. You'll see they should be able to do this. There's protocols for this. I had it might be in my book. I'll take a look at it once again. But there's protocols for how long they should be able to do this. And for someone like me, it might be like 10 to 12 seconds. For you guys who are in your 20s and 30s, you should probably be close to 20 seconds, 30 seconds to be able to rock this. Adapt. You'll have that ankle check, check, recheck, check, recheck, check, recheck, adapt, balance, adapt, balance. I do this with all my patients. Then I had her do her dominant foot also. She's a little better with that. Not much. she's struggling right there. It looks like she's trying to carry a 1,000-pound weight, right? So I do this with all my patients. Those 3 tests I do, besides the app I use. The app costs, and again, I get no money from Posture Screen, but the app itself is like $199 for a year. It's unlimited usage. It used to be like monthly, and you get like 100 or something. So now they've gone to unlimited $199. I've used it for decades, and I love it. It's a great tool I use in my office because I can show you. I used to use Instamatic cameras, and you guys have no idea what that even is. But now I use this, and I show the patient, and I can show it to them, and I send it to them. So I do posture on all my patients. 2, I do vestibular testing. 3, I do balance. integrate those into your protocols you use with all your patients, and then I can recheck these on a regular basis. I check posture almost every day, but I check posture systematically every 2 weeks. And then, of course, we do a recheck. We do a whole nervous system recheck. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about all these again.